Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Slippy and Thrifty Show. We have my wonderful co-host with me today, fresh out of Wales, the English Walesman. Yeah, W
Going
for
on.
Wales. Is that Wales?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Okay, the Wales son. There we go. Straight out of Wales. Two cops in Wales. They're so
Cops.
offended
Oh,
right now.
cops. All right. Okay.
Oh, no, there's many more of those. Yeah, we're gonna do some fun stuff today. Kind of a little bit of improvisation with our preparation today. Yes, and want to say thank you to all those who serve and our veterans coming up on Veterans Day on Monday. So you guys call it by a different name, I want to say?
Yeah. Memorial Day or Remembrance Day. It's
Remembrance Day.
sort of.
Here we go. Yeah. We had a nice celebration yesterday where here in town they had, instead of fireworks, they generally do fireworks. They had a new modern take on that where they did the drones with the lights and they make the lighted display.
Not the same. It's not the same.
You're offended by that?
I just not. Although I hate fireworks because Buster's terrified of them. I that's not the same.
Okay, well, it was interesting. They did a whole like show with different images up in the air. And
did you enjoy it?
My wife enjoyed it. I didn't go.
No. Okay, fair enough.
But she brought me video of it. I wasn't feeling great, so I didn't go. But yeah, it was like, pretty interesting.
They had the Remembrance Day parade in my town. They do it every year. Everyone from the local RAF base, obviously they wear their uniform and they march down the street and all that. So
yeah.
did that bit, had my 2 minutes silence at 11 o'clock. Obviously it's normally on the 11th hour, but
I got you.
Comes on it's normally on a Monday this year, so they did it today.
All right.
But yeah, that
so
was nice.
Did they walk past the memorial that's in the middle of town there?
And they all walk past, they all sort of salute it.
Right. Yeah, you don't have an image of that, do you, to show?
I can get a quick one, but I'm not off from today. I can show you a picture of the memorial.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember you showed that before, so I figured that would be something that was, kind of fitting for today. But again, thank you to all who served, and we remember those who passed for the greater good. And want to thank you guys for all you've done on this wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Veterans Day weekend. All right, so you got some knife news you want to show us?
I've got a little bit.
I'm going to run down the.
Let me just quickly show you this. Show you this memorial. I just pulled that up. I'm just trying to share my screen. Here it is. This is the Atlantic War Memorial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Town Atlantic Major. You got all the names on there and everything of people who served.
Yeah, the little tower there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got the flowers on there, right?
Yeah.
Is that supposed to represent that or no?
I don't know when this picture was taken. It probably was the start of it one day. But yeah, it was really nice.
Cool. All right. So let's bring up the slideshow. So we're going to be doing the candidates for the 2024 Knife of the Year, but also, which is not too long to put on the title, we're going to be doing nominations for our 2024 Knives of the Year, and then also going to be talking about a categorical favorites today. And you want to run down that list of what we're going to do?
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at sort of import, so like our favorite sort of import knives. So that's like Chinese knives, basically, anything from overseas. Our favorite sort of second-hand pickup of the year, or favorites, because I can't pick one. USA made, favorite UK made. I put custom on here because I've picked up a few, not super high-end customs like Ashley Harrison's and stuff like that. John has a couple of things he's picked up that are really nice. I've also put a favorite purchase in general, so just out of everything, just
All right.
can you pick something similar to it? And then I've also put on there, which I thought would be quite nice, the favorite thing you were gifted this year.
Right. Cool. Okay. So yeah, some of these are favorites of the year, and then this other section will be just for nominations of the 24 knife of the year. And then I think probably just before Christmas, we'll actually select from those nominations the actual winner. So today's kind of a pre-show to the final knife of the year show.
Like a teaser.
A teaser. Just to kind of get you understanding what we're thinking. All right, you want to jump into the knife news, sir?
Go for it.
All right. Let's get that loaded up. Here we go again. The default, of course. All right. So, yeah, it's finished. Lest we forget, Veterans Day, honoring all who served.
Yeah, without these people, both of our countries would have been worse than they are now. I mean, I know they're not perfect now, but they would have been a hell of a lot worse if people, hadn't done the right thing and sort of stood up for their country. So, it really doesn't mean a lot that people went through it, and they sort of left their families at home to do this, and thought about others before themselves, which is the main thing. So, really appreciate it for all that. My grandfather was one of them. My grandmother's brother was a fighter pilot in World War II, and he was shot down. But yeah, a lot of people in my family are sort of RAF based. So yeah, anyone that served and is still with us, or anyone that's passed, I appreciate it. It means a lot.
Yeah, and I don't think it can be overstated how much that World War II brought the two countries together. I think we've been closer as a result. The two countries always been allies since.
I thought that was when we got together, we became allies.
What's that?
Like the two countries got closer when we started a show.
Oh, well, like we have our say in that, but it was already heading in the right direction. Well, I don't want to take credit for all of that.
Okay, so I have showed this before, but it's just dropped the second run. Sean actually picked one up at Sharp Show because he didn't get one on the first run, and he loves it. MB picked one up, and he's a bit of a Wendy and can't open it properly, but it's a fantastic knife. That's only throw it across the room. They did a great job with it, and one of the things that's quite unusual for an Arthurite is it has a half stop on it, which is nice. Ebony, and then you get the red underliners on there as well, all the way around. And they really did a great job with the build quality on these. Now, are they absolutely perfect? No. Mine's a bit off center. Is it rubbing? No. So I don't care. But there's no gaps on the back. It's just made really well. Nice strong pull that you can pinch, so you don't need to use the nail neck.
Yeah, I didn't know that about the half stop. Okay, good to know. All right, so those are back in stock for £40. That's a good price for that knife. What do you got here?
This is might to bring this up full screen. That might be a bit better. Let me grab that. So this is the leftover customs that Dan has got from Sharp Show. Now, he sold so much stuff there, and he made a lot of money, and I'm very happy for him as he worked very, very hard on it all. But there's a couple of things left. So most of these, I think, are Spartans. There's a couple of Kieranite ones, but they range from brass liners, copper liners, stainless steel, G10, down to the regular aluminum or aluminium liners. Prices range, but the work is fantastic. If you want to get yourself like a cheaper than normal custom, I would jump over there and go and see what he's got, because he's got some really good stuff going on at the moment. Next up, we have shout out for Congi's Knife Sales. He's having a post Sharp Show sale as well. Now, I know the picture's terrible, but that Barlow on the left is 90 instead of 100. So it looks to be about a 10% sale. It doesn't specifically say the percentage, but based on that, I don't know if he's done it individually and knocked a bit of price off each one, or he's just done it like that. But there's a lot of things on sale. If you go to his page, click on shop, and then search for sale, like I've done there, all the sale items will come up. Mikey, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. He's gifted a membership, and 1 Minute Knife Review was the recipient.
Nice. Congratulations. Thank you, Mikey.
And then one final one, I have to mention this. The exclusives Arthur Wright & Sons to Moonraker knives in the UK. It's a Barlow with a lamb's foot blade and stabilized beech. You're only going to get these at Moonraker, and they're very reasonably priced at $38.95. But you get polished 7075 carbon steel, brass liners, large brass bolsters, all the usual good stuff.
So that's a unique blade steel they don't normally use, or is that the 7.0 that they normally use?
Then C75 is the normal use. I don't know if they've just changed the name of it, but I think it's the same.
C70 or C75? I don't know.
It's carbon steel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 40 pound. Great deal on that.
I can see Baxter's put, oh man, Baxter, you know, you have people in the UK that could potentially pick one up if you would like one. Let me know.
That's right. That's right.
All
right.
So that's it for knife news.
All right. I didn't have anything this week. Took a week off from knife news.
Yeah, well, I had like two weeks off from it, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's all right.
We're not professionals.
No, there wasn't anything just completely blowing my mind, so didn't bother.
That's why I had a couple of weeks of not really doing it, because I was like, I'm not just going to put anything on there for the sake of it. It's got to be something I would actually use.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's get back into our topic. Again, these are going to be nominations for 2024 Knife of the Year. And the requirements are that they were bought or they were actually produced this year. So the candidates, yeah, I'm feeling better. By the way, no one's making mention of my outfit today.
I've already mentioned it in the chat to Mikey, but he didn't seem to notice.
I've dressed, I missed out on Halloween, so I've dressed as Mikey today.
Can you do the impression?
Not really, no.
Mikey.
Okay. It's my outfit. You're right. 100%.
I've just come dressed as myself.
Yeah. But anyway, here you go, Mikey. In honor of you, sir. Got the flat cap and the plaid.
Mikey Kanike.
Yeah. So you want to go first?
Where do you want to start?
Just had to be available 2024. And
should we just I'm just going to get the most obvious one up. I'm just going to get the most obvious one out of the way first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The Stinking Creek Sow Belly from Rosecraft Blades.
Now, do you want to nominate that one or the Stag one?
This one.
That's the one you're going with.
This is the one.
The black.
The Stag is really. The Stag is really, really nice. Do you know the reason why I prefer this one? Right. The Stag one is too big to fit in my pouch, so this is why this one's better.
That's kind of a silly reason.
No, I carry it more. I'm less likely to break it. I've used it cutting carpet and destroying things in the front room, and it's still nice and sharp. And it doesn't look very good in natural light because you can see all the ruined on it. But I absolutely love this knife. And yes, I did get it for free from Rosecraft and Ambassador, all that stuff. But a lot of people have bought this, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me that it is a very, very good pattern.
All right.
Midway USA dropped the price of the 112. Oh man, do you know what? I would really like a 112 drop point in Magna Carta. I wish they would do that.
Yeah, I don't think they've got the, yeah. So it looks like somebody disagrees with you because they love the stag handles. So they're going with the stag. So just to be contrarian, right? Because that's what I do on this show. That's my role. I'm going to nominate the stag one.
They're both equally good. For comfort, I will say the stag because it's slightly thicker.
Mm-hmm.
But preference is wooden covers for me. So
just so they don't split our vote, why don't we just nominate them as one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically the same thing, right? All right. So there's your obvious first choice.
Let's just get that out of the way.
Okay. Do you have another that you want to? Since I showed the stag one, do you want to take the next pick?
Well, shall I go with another one that I know that we both have and both love?
No, you don't. Well, you can if you want. Yeah.
Just
okay. So this is the walnuts.
Yeah.
For 4-inch.
Specifically this one though.
Yeah. This because it's carbon.
Yeah.
So we're going with the walnut Baron Sun carbon steel 4-inch Barlow. All right.
But
I think
I didn't think I would.
This might be their. Well, I think this is probably the favorite knife that they've ever made for me.
Yeah. I didn't think I would like it because obviously it's a 4-inch Barlow, and I thought it'd be too big, like Griff, it's too big. But honestly, it's not that bad.
Nah. That's perfect. That's fine.
I really like the walnut covers as well. I think they've done a great job. I would have liked maybe a slightly stiffer pull, but it's not weak enough for me to complain. Like it's fine.
Yeah. But Randy says I agree on the knife, but not the handles. All right.
Because he wants these covers on it. That's why.
He wants the yellow Delrin.
No, he wants the skulls. He loves the skulls.
The Scully.
Scoliosis.
All right.
Okay.
What else?
Those ones are, I mean, another one I really enjoyed and used a lot of this year.
The gun stock.
Mm-hmm.
Is this also from Rosecraft?
Yes, sir.
Am I sensing a theme?
I have a few from Rosecraft, but they are really good. There's 2 that I bought before I was an ambassador and 2 that were after I was an ambassador. This is one I bought, and I love it.
Have you been manipulated into saying this?
No, I like.
Are you a shield for the company?
No.
Do you speak your own mind?
I always speak my own mind.
Okay.
You must know that.
I do. I'm being the devil's advocate for everybody who's going to come and attack you for.
I don't care if
nominating these. Huh? Say again.
I don't care if I get attacked.
I know you don't care.
They're great knives.
I'm thinking ahead. Knives. I have to always think ahead. Got to think about the response. You know how people are going to react to that.
But everyone's welcome to their own opinion and more than welcome. If you don't like the Rosecraft knives, you don't like them. It's not the end of the world. You don't have to like the same thing. But this one and the Black Micarta, the Savage Creek, that's it. Probably up there with my most carried knives of the year since I got the black one. Like the black one, I've carried a hell of a lot.
The first Rosecraft we saw was called the Stinking Creek.
Yeah,
Sow Belly.
Stinking Creek.
Stinking Creek Sow Belly. Stream stag close up. That's what we want. There you go. How's that? Hang on. Let's get you even more close. Is that beautiful or what? I think it looks pretty darn good. I like that one better, actually.
The thing I love about stag is they're not all even either. They're just stags all over the place. I think that's the best thing about it.
Stinky Finger Creek. No, it's a little bit off. It's close.
Go on, you give me one. What you got?
I'm gonna have to go with the one that I know that you picked. So we're just gonna continue on this theme here. This one won the best roast craft, didn't it?
Ah, yes.
In our,
when we did that with the Moiki.
Yeah, with Moiki. So Tanasi Lake or Tanasi Creek, Tanasi Lake. I think it's right. Tanasi Lake.
Yes, it's the lake. Yeah.
All right.
In the Bora Bora Blue Bone.
Bora Bora Blue. But it's tough to just narrow it down to 2024, you know?
Yeah, I had to go back and look at my previous reviews to work out what I bought this year.
Right. That's why it kind of seems like, you know, it's roastcraft heavy because, well, that was a lot of what we got because that was a lot of what was new coming out this year, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it just sort of limits our ability to kind of go wide on different brands and things.
But I have got a couple. I have got a couple of case knives that I really like this year.
Right.
This is one of them. It's a sow belly. It was the PB&J or the ultraviolet burnt corncob jig bone SMKW exclusive.
Okay.
There's multiple reasons why I picked this. One,
but you're picking that knife, right? Not just the handle material.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So the sow belly PB&J.
Yeah.
So I have a case knife to add to the mix too. And much the same vein, right? How about that one?
Oof. Is that the med blue?
This is the what do they call that? Sea Dragon?
Ah, the Sea Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, the brown's not showing up. That the sort of copperish colors. It's getting washed out, but it's there.
The Sea Dragon was really popular as well.
Right. So the Sea Dragon. Not a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, that's not available anymore." Well, it was available in 2024, and if you missed out on it, I got to just apologize. I didn't know that they would be as limited or as popular as they were. eBay's got you covered, though, if you don't mind spending $200, $300.
Get that.
So I'm going to go with that. So a couple of different case knives popping in there.
I actually have another case that I really enjoyed.
Ooh, the Kentucky. Old Kentucky. Now that one was more widely available. You can get that multiple places.
Yeah, green bluegrass, is it, or blue
Kentucky bluegrass.
Bluegrass. There we go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the coloring on this is fantastic. Nice two-bladed Barlow. That was another really good one. I was really impressed with that when it arrived. Surprised me this year with the case with some of the fit and finish on the knives I've received.
Yeah, some of the ones I sent you and Mikey were superb.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. The sharpening still sucks.
Yeah, of course.
They might as well not have bothered. Some of them, like this Barlow, it was like trying to use a spoon. All right. But yeah, very, very, very impressed with some of the stuff. The old hickory slip joint's been out for a while. Is that the bluegrass as well?
Now I'm not going to nominate this one. I just wanted to show another example of the coloring.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Another one I really enjoyed. Now this was really hard for me to, like as we said at the start, to pick knives that came out this year, because for me this year has been all about secondhand and vintage knives. and collecting Swiss Army knives. So I haven't bought a whole lot of what you would call new stuff.
Yeah. The 2024 releases.
Hmm.
So I've got one more, and it's pretty
Go
darn
on.
special. Pretty darn special. I think people have seen this one recently on my channel.
Oof. The 110.
Now, this came out the 10th day of the year, as it just began, January 10th. So we weren't far into 2024 when this came out. This is the Honduran Rosewood Stealth Drop 05, buck 110 with Magna Cut blade. Had a comment on the short that I did on this that Magna Cut wasn't that great. So, I guess people have differing opinions of that sort of thing. But there you have it. That's a strong contender for 2024 knife of the year. Wouldn't you say?
If they did, if that exact knife was a 112, I'd be all over it.
Well, I've got that too. Did you want me to nominate that one instead?
No.
I didn't want to be redundant, so I had to pick one or the other. So I went with the 110 because I'm wearing a Mikey outfit, and that's what he would have done.
Baxter's answered Mikey's question of any good Rough Riders this year, and he says in the black Appaloosa Coke bottle, Mikey.
Was that this year?
I think so.
I don't think it was. I think it was last year. It was like November of last year.
Let me see when I did my video on it, and then we'll have a look.
I'm pretty sure it was last year. Otherwise, I probably would have picked a couple of those. We got Davey saying
no, it's last year.
Yeah, it was last year. Just at the end of the last year. Magna Cut is a really good steel, but not for the price it's currently getting. Well, it's coming down, Dave. You're getting more and more like modernized with Magna Cut that are coming down in price. I'm noticing. So I think it's becoming like wide enough availability that the price is dropping. What's you guys' thoughts on the Otter Messer knives? I think that I've seen enough of them to know that while I like their patterns, some of the fit and finish isn't worth the price that you pay sometimes. I get a little concerned with fit and finish on those. But if you get a good one, they're really nice.
I mean, Tony gifted Sean, I'm not going to say the name because I'll butcher it, but it's the Otter Sod Buster, but it's called like Hit and Clip or something. You know the one I mean, don't you?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say the name, but that was perfect. Really, really nice.
No, this was not the first. I actually did one other stealth drop. I think was stealth drop number 1, if I'm right. And it was the first Magna Cut, but it was more of a standard. I don't think they put special. I could be wrong, but I don't think they put special type of handles on it. So this was actually the second one they did, I think, and with Magna Cut. If I'm right about that, could be mistaken. I think that was last year as well. Wasn't that? That was last year as well. See how it limits things? It's like there's some really nice knives that were just came at the end of the year last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
and like we were saying, my secondhand knife buying is Memo's got the name this.
Ah, yeah.
Hipponip or Hipponip.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not going to even bother.
So yeah, this year is going to be the hardest year for me to pick a knife of the year, I think, because last year I bought so much stuff that was just released or new, and I could just had a massive field to pick from. This year it's going to be like 5 knives to pick from.
Right. Well, knife buying slowed down quite a bit because of some financial issues that I encountered this year. Did not have the disposable income that I had the year before in 23. So hopefully I'll get that turned around for next year. So yeah, plus trying to save up for Sharp Show. I want to have plenty of money in pocket. to do what
We're
I'd
going to
like.
be hitting all them pawn shops. as
Yeah,
well.
I'm going to have to hire a couple of security guards. I'm going to have so much money on me. So if you try to rob me,
we've got Mikey.
I'm going to be well armed. So that'd be a bad decision. All right, Britbuster wins. Huh? See, now we talked about this, Mikey. We actually did discuss this. It's too limited to be considered a production knife, really.
In all reality, this is, if it was a production knife, this is my knife of the year, hands down.
Right.
It's the knife I've used the
This
most.
is why we did
two
separate categories. This is why we did production knives for the Cody, and then our personal favorites that we bought this year. Because a lot of what we bought was used, but we did acquire it this year. So that's why we kind of broke it up. All right. So is that all our nominations, or you got more for the nominations?
No, I've got a couple more.
Okay. All right.
I'm a big fan of the Cane Creek Jack from Rosecraft. I loved the one with the stacked G10, but this red sandalwood I loved more.
Okay. I like that one a lot too.
Yeah, really
but
nice.
Unfortunately, the wood handle material didn't make the knife any larger. So that was
me,
my main.
Though,
yeah,
me, it's
I know.
perfect.
You really like it.
People with larger hands, I can understand why it's sort of too small for you, but I think it's great. Mentioned at the start as well, the Heine Haynes exclusive AW&S with the half stop, and you get the red underliners on there as well.
Yeah. So you're putting that one in the.
I have to. I can't not for 39. A UK made knife with this good fit and finish.
Well, what about the exclusive you just showed? Would that not make the list?
The exclusive?
The Kongi. Not the Kongi. What was it from?
This is the exclusive. This is the Heine.
No, the other, the one you just showed during the news.
That was this one.
No, the other one.
Oh, on the Moonraker.
Yeah, the Moonraker. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got that, so I can't conclude it.
So you're not even going to give it consideration?
I'm probably going to buy one, so it will get consideration.
All right. So just keep that as like an asterisk.
Yeah.
An honorable mention, if you will. Right. All right. Here's my next one. Again, not very boring. I'm sorry that we didn't have more brands, but Rosecraft just kind of kicked everybody's ass this year, if we're being honest.
Too big.
And I'm going to go with the brown moss bone version, not the stag.
Too big.
Well, that's your opinion, and your opinion is your opinion.
Too big. Too big.
Why is it too big? It's not too big. That's ridiculous.
I have children-sized hands. It's too big.
It's not too big. Tell him, Mikey.
Mikey.
Mikey. Mikey.
Mikey Newman. Randy, I just want to say, I love your shorts with your dog. It's so funny.
So all right.
I saw Tony mention a TA. Now I know these came out at the end of 23.
Yeah, that's 23 now.
With the Tang stamp being the twisted assisted one, I'm sure that was 24.
I don't think it was. I think you're
Mikey, back me up. Mikey.
You're full of dookie.
But I'm really happy that I've got so many British knives and ones I would class as knife of the year.
Help me with the interpretation of this. I thought TK said grandma's bone. No, she doesn't have one. Grandma.
Mikey.
I love mine. It's not too big for me. It's not too big for you. That's right. You tell them, Kathleen.
Mikey.
Why is Randy's dog wearing shorts? Yes, it was, because that was when I got one. That don't mean doo-doo, Elon. What else? TA was 24.
24.
Everybody's saying it was 24. Well, if that's the case, we'll all nominate it then. What month? It must have been real early.
Real early. It was like Feb or March, I think.
All right.
I've got one more, and it's the most spenny one on my list.
Yeah, Mimo's with us. So I can't think of any 2024 models I picked up. Lots of vintage stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it tough.
24 was definitely like the year of the vintage, I think.
He says I got the restock. Okay. So yeah.
Twisted Assisted Mark II was 2024. Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you. Mark II.
Like
and Mark I had the original tank stamp, correct?
Mark I had the made in Sheffield.
The generic
yeah.
tank stamp.
Yeah.
So does yours have the generic or the new? It's got the new, right?
Mine has
so
the
that would not. Okay. If you want to be cheaty and do that, you can say it's 24, but that knife originally was released in 23. I'm pretty sure.
Would you like to see my final
Griff is saying April of 24. Now, was that the second release, Griff?
Second release, yeah.
Okay. Because that's right. Buck Sovereign. I don't know that one, Tony.
That's the modern that Tony picked up. It's the button lock.
Oh, modern knives. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really even take a look at modern knives about that much this year. So I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about what was.
Would you like to see my entire modern knife collection really quickly?
No.
Here it is.
That's the only one you have now.
I've got like that of modern buck and the Rosecraft Clinch River button lock. That's it.
First release was a different blade. The blade tang was different. Was the blade different? What are we doing here?
This is my final one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What is that? What is it?
It is the genuine North American cattlebone Barlow.
GEC?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, well, no wonder.
Number
you have no funds. You don't even look at GEC. So I wouldn't.
I didn't look. It came up on Congies when I was browsing and was like, need it.
Okay. Well, if we're gonna do GEC, we could probably nominate like 6 of those. Yeah, that's beautiful.
I've used this one quite a lot. It's really nice, and we can see the patina on the blade.
That's not the Thrifty Kniffys.
But it's the only GEC I bought this year. I only have 4. Like I'm not a big GEC collector. I buy the ones I've actually.
You traded away a couple.
Yeah.
Or sold them.
I traded one with Dan for a load of vintage sacks. I sold one to Martin at Steel City. Griff, you're not having this one. Go away.
Elon says the Otter Special Edition Bergman. Is that like the Eggman? It's gorgeous.
Bergman. MB, welcome. How are you doing today?
Mitch made 940 and Magna Cut. Okay. Hey, I'll go with that. Why not?
Get out.
That's a good modern. No, I'm saying if you're going to nominate a modern one, right?
It's an axis lock with a spay blade. Like, why would you want that?
That is true. It is a spay blade on the 940.
Sorry, John. Bye. Okay, welcome to the Slippy Show. Not having him on anymore, talking about folding spay blades. Jackass.
Modern spay blades. Hit that. Just got booted from the show. I can't even repeat comments in there anymore. I'm leaving. Yeah. I didn't see. You can't say anything about modern knives in here.
I'll close the door. You can just leave it open. Bye.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I think that's good enough for our nominations. Now we reserve the right to change our minds about any that we may have included and also add some later.
May buy between now and
now and then, or just ones that we forgot, because that happens too.
Yeah, well, 100% go offline, go have some food. I'll tell John, I got all these knives.
Forgot all of these. All right, so let's hear your favorite traditional knife released this year in the channel, and let's see if we've forgotten something. Let's see if we've just totally blown it.
Well, actually, that was a production knife.
Production knife released this year that was better than what we mentioned, or as good, that you think should be included. Let's see your nominations, guys. We got like 49 people in here, so come on. There's got to be something we missed for sure. Again, it's got to be 24 because I've seen a couple of suggestions previously now that were 23.
Griff's come up with a great one straight away.
What's that?
Otter Creek.
Otter Creek. Okay, so the newer Otter Creek, right?
No, the Beaver Creek was the sheepsfoot one. This is
the yes, Otter Creek. There you go.
Mine's
again, but another Rosecraft. It's like, so we had to sort of sort through the ones that we like the most.
Davey W says, "Oh, Mimo, you came in just
yes,
before
we did nominate that one."
Davey W says the Rosecraft Senator, but he's not got one yet. I'm a big fan. John, less of a fan.
It just didn't make my top 5. You know, it's close. Top 10,
Best
but
budget
top
knife, 5. Swiss Tech Doppelt, John.
Ah, the Doppelt. That's a good one for a budget knife, yeah.
What else have we got? Elan saying French stuff. The Vic Winter Magic.
That was last year. Oh, the new one, the 24.
It's very pretty, but it's just a Spartan.
It's just a bit too ordinary to be.
What I would love them to do is to bring out these color scales in the translucent and just plain.
Right.
I did get a couple of stacks from Messer HQ Joe as well. He sent a couple of things along. He wants a custom knife, so I'm going to make him a custom sack. And he sent over
all right.
some of the, I forgot what the castle's called. There's a castle that's by where he is, and he sent over some of the sacks that have got the custom artwork from the tapestries.
Okay.
So this has got like a swan on it, and some of the artwork. Some of the artwork there.
Very nice.
And also this one.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, they're really nice.
All right, let's jump into our favorite. That we both agree that our favorite knife that we bought this year that's not a production knife is this one right here. This is the Ashley Brit Buster, we're calling it.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's very closely followed by another Ashley. I know they're kind of hard to get, but I can't not pick them.
You could have called it the Nail Buster if you're a Wendy.
You mean like MB with his Arthur Wright?
I wasn't going to mention any names.
Oh no, I'll mention names.
Okay. There you go.
Love you, MB.
Yeah, that's my favorite knife of the year. But yeah, that's not fair to nominate because not everybody can have that. All right.
The case Crossroads.
I don't have one yet, so that could be added.
I don't either.
That might be something, but we need to buy it first and evaluate.
But
okay,
for me, if I had to pick any knife throughout the whole year that I've bought that came out this year, it would have to be one of these two, and I don't think I could pick between. They're both amazing in their own different way. This one as a work knife, because what you can see, I've abused it, but this one is just so beautiful.
I love that one too. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's got the coined liners as well. It's kind of hard to see, but
it's kind of hard to put any of the any of the Arthur Wright in there because they're really not new releases. You know,
they're mostly just the same knife with a different newer sort of wood they've discovered, or
exactly.
a different animal they put on it. But
yeah. Okay, so let's do. Do you have a favorite sack knife that you got this year? Swiss Army knife. Favorite Swiss Army knife.
I have a couple that I really like. I wouldn't know if I'd say they're like favorites, but I can actually show you a teaser of something I'm going to be doing soon if you would like to see that. Where's that one? This is one just because of the rarity of it I really like. It's the Engineer. I picked this up from Dan, Bladebridge Customs. He rebuilt it. So the Engineer is basically the scientist, but instead of the cap lift or the combo tool, it has this little technician screwdriver. And this was made only for a French company, I believe. And that's, well, Dan's work's immaculate when he rebuilds. You would not be able to tell. I mean, fully ultrasonically cleaned, and it's just immaculate. But that's one of my favorite ones. And another one is actually one I picked up quite recently, and it's actually not a 91mm. It's one I've got coming up in a restoration video soon. It's actually the Mauser.
Oh yeah, the Mauser. Yes, sir.
It does need a little bit of work, but it's got this sort of saw with the combo tool on it. It has a clip point blade, which is the tip snap. So I picked it up for a bargain. So that'll have to be sort of reworked. I'm probably going to go from the bottom down. So like that, cut this sort of corner off here and make it as more like a California clip, just so it stays underneath the liners. And it also has the spear point as well, which has got a little bit of the tip snapped off, but very, very minor. That's a really nice one. I don't know what it is about these what are they 108 or they 100 mil? I can't remember the size. 100 mil, I think they are. They're not legal to carry in the UK, but they're so good. I just wish they'd bring these back. They make. No, Mikey, I'm not putting a Spyderco blade in it. I'm not ruining two knives to make one. Yeah, they're some of my favorite Swiss Army knives I bought this year. Thank you.
Okay, so I think my favorite custom that I got. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard.
Sorry, John, to interrupt. I've completely forgotten out a whole drawer that is the best drawer for favorite Swiss Army knives I got this year.
All right.
So 84mm climber.
Oh, okay. That's a rare one.
I think this needs a new spring. It does. I need to put a new spring in it. I have one. I just have. Oh, that reminds me. Is he still Ambulance in here, or is he Memphis Fire? I can't remember. I have your spring for you. I will post it. That one's really cool. This one was actually technically a gift, but I'm going to include it anyway because it came from a very awesome member of the community, Blade in Wales. This is an 84mm camper with the old style triangle punch on there. Love that one. Another really good pickup. And there is one more that I got at Sharp Show, which is actually my first one with, this is probably one of my oldest ones. It still has the bail. This is the 60s Spartan.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I like this with the bail on.
Yeah. And it's pretty much immaculate. It's ridiculous condition. Look at the blade.
Right. It's not scratched at all. Very cool.
Apologies for interrupting. What have you got?
Okay. So I kind of separated in two categories. I got my favorite custom sack and then my one that's just a standard issue. Go on. My favorite is this one made by Dan. It's got like the rare blades on it, and it was part of that limited edition run that he did where they gave
the 1 to 10.
Yeah, and the box, and this is the number 3, right, that he did. And this one's got the black carbon liners on it, and then one of the special blade that's the rare blade that has the wrench. Now, maybe you can tell me that comes off of what? What does that come off of?
There's like the Swiss Champ XXL, like the super big one. Okay. It's on there.
Yeah,
that's the only production model now you can get it on, but it's on something else. It might be like the inline skater or something, or the ice skater. It's on something else, but that was been long discontinued.
So whatever it was on originally is either super expensive or rare. So it's not like a tool that you can get. And he put that on there, which I thought was super cool. And then it also comes with the inline screwdriver, which, you know, with it being on the Explorer, that's one of my favorite tools on there. But you got the nice card of scales customized there. So just fantastic job done by Dan on that one. And it's just, I mean, he does them the best, does he not? You know?
This is another one of the numbered ones. This is a Huntsman, but in the white and black Kieranite.
Right. So the theme behind those were they were limited. He did 10 of them, and they always came with a rare tool or set of tools.
Or really unique sort of build.
Yeah, that was sort of the idea behind it.
I actually have a box to hand.
Yeah, there's number 5.
And then you would get, these have just got some coins in, but there would be an aluminium coin in there as well.
All right. Now on my standard that I picked up this year, I'm going to have to say that this is probably my favorite. This is the Spartan Light. It's got the ruby scales on it. And it's basically a Spartan, but they've added a layer, and then you get the inline screwdriver and the little LED light. Now, this was early on the LED technology, so the light is super dim. It doesn't do anything. It's not particularly useful, let's just say. But
it's adjacent to useful, isn't it? It's
there you go. I mean, it's not completely useless.
I mean, but in a keyhole at night, it'll do the job fine.
Yeah. If you're just looking, you know, you're in the dark trying to figure out where your ignition is, or like you said, put it in to find the hole.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Mikey, say nothing.
I'm not the expert at that Mikey is. So,
what, putting things?
I need a light to find it.
I wouldn't even know what that's like anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, Spartan Light.
Have we gone off topic?
No, we're talking about Spartan Light.
Okay.
Yeah. There. What do you say? I can't get an electrician for 45% off. I may grab a few for trades. There you go. That's a good price.
Do you want to see some more secondhand ones I picked up that are really cool?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. So towards the second half of this year, I've sort of become obsessed with George Boston Holmes, and I can't help myself. So much to the point that I went from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 in the course of maybe like a month and a half. Yeah, this one's one of my favorites. And no, Griff, you're not getting it. This is the Boston Holmes electrician's knife.
Right. So Tiger asks, "What about limited editions?" Yep, I included one because I put the stealth drop in there, so that was definitely limited. So we did include those for the Cody.
Yeah, look, if we don't include those, I'm gonna have like one knife to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I use it all the time. It's a very, very nice. Having the spear point blade is an excellent on it. Another one is the one I picked up at Sharp Show, and as soon as I saw it in the cabinet it was in, I was like, I know I'm having that. And I was like, please don't say stupid money. And he didn't, and I was just like, I'm taking it home with me. This is what I think is a cattle knife, because it's a 4-blade equal end.
Like warm apple pie. That's how he finds it. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for the tip.
Yes, they are, Baxter. Wilson Homes are Sheffield. And you can still just about see the IXL etch on the blade.
There you go.
Kathleen, I did have a few for a while, but honestly, for me, they don't scratch the surface on, or they don't come close to what these real old knives are. Nothing against them. If you collect moderns, cool, collect them. If you collect French knives like Elan, go crazy for it.
I still have a few of them, and that's one of my favorites because it came from Slippy and it's red.
Boca Boston D2 steel.
Boca Boston. Yeah.
Let's hear the action on that because the action is crazy. Yeah, I saw someone share that earlier, Baxter. Yeah, it's a bear trap.
It's pretty nice. There you go, Kathleen.
Now that you mentioned that, Baxter, I picked up a Boston Home, but it's when it was Schrade owned. So you can see they got the IXL Schrade Boston Home. Probably see it on the blade a bit better. There you go, Schrade.
Yeah, you can just see it.
Can you? Or is it on the? It's not on the shield.
You got it on there.
But this thing is huge. But yeah, really, really nice. And the pull on these blades is ridiculous. And look at that chunk of a sheep's foot blade.
So Mimo says that's on par for Victorinox. Nothing on them better than having a dedicated flashlight, screwdriver, etc. But the tools are adequate in a pinch, and obviously easier to carry around than a toolbox. You're darn right about that.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I love them so much. Affordable, and they'll do exactly what you want when you need it most.
Yeah. All right, let's do a roll call. I've waited way too long.
Do that.
All right,
I'm going to take my top off while you do that because I'm.
Yeah, I might have missed some of the earliest comments, so apologies if there was anyone in there that doesn't get mentioned because I haven't posted for quite a bit. But we had Leafy Wiggy, Elin Reese, Baxter's Blades. Hey Andrew, how you doing? Sean, Naked Sean, Splitting Slices, Byron, Booger McGee, Davey W. How you doing, guys? Of course, Mikey, Baldy's Blades, Thomas Howard, MD. How you doing, Doc? And we have Cherrick of Blue Collar Pocket Knives.
Cherrick.
James Alton. Of course, Mimo. How you doing? Mimo, good to see you in here. 1 minute knife review. Randy, our moderator. Griff. How you doing, Griff? Addicted to Blades 2. How you doing, John? Marco. And let's see. Did I miss anybody? Kathleen. How you doing, Kathleen? We talked to you already. Hope you're doing wonderfully. Knives are life. Good to see you in here, buddy. Loving the icons there. Throwing up those exclusive emojis. We got Mark of MBEDC. How you doing, Mark? Hope you're having a wonderful day. And what are you playing in the background there, sir?
Dan has just sent me a sack he's done. Look at this thing.
Oh. Shiny, shiny. I like the Kieranite on there.
Really nice. I think it's called liquid gold. I think that is. There was some of that at Sharp Show.
What City Knives? How you doing, buddy? He says, I got a Senator Arthur Wright I found for $26. Wow, good job, bud.
Bargain.
I need to get one of those yet. Mimo says he reaches for the compact the most. And I think a lot of people agree with that. That's a really good choice.
Actually, my most reached sack at the moment is actually the companion.
Yeah, Dwayne Letterman. How you doing, Dwayne? Sorry, bud. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Just trying to get through this real quick. EDC, how you doing, buddy? He says, Slippy, show us how you do the spring. I'm not sure what he was talking about there. Maybe you remember.
John, do your roll call. Let me get a few bits, and I'll just do a quick demonstration.
Okay. I'm almost done. Midnight Crisis, how you doing? Good afternoon, evening, and all. How are you doing? We got Make Cutlery Great Again, Pepper Dingo, Radar 468. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. It skips along, so it's kind of hard to scroll back very far. But I think I got everybody. If not, make sure you shout me out, and then I will make sure to mention your name. What was I going to say? Oh, again, for those that came in late, I'm dressed up as Mikey. If you didn't notice that I put on the plaid and the flat cap. It's an homage. There's Mrs. Naked Sean. How you doing? How you doing, Mrs. Naked Sean? Lynn is in like Flynn. All right. So what else is on your list? You had a UK knife, right? Like your favorite UK knife that you bought this year, used or new? What was your favorite UK knife?
Used or new?
Well, yeah, it was just doesn't matter.
I'm gonna have to say the Wolstenholme cattle knife.
Okay, that's an awesome choice.
It's closely followed by the Britbuster and the electrician's knife.
Right. I'm gonna have to go with this is the favorite UK knife I think I bought this year. That doesn't include really the Britbuster. Yeah. So this is the whiskey barrel. Yeah, whiskey barrel bone or whiskey barrel wood bone.
This is the one Mikey bought me for my birthday, but same wood.
That one floated my boat with its wood.
Yeah, it's such it's hard to say. It's a very regimented grain on this wood, but it's really beautiful.
Yeah, you do need to give it a little love, though.
Yeah, mine have a nice oiling.
Rub a little oil on your wood to keep it nice and supple.
Okay, just very, very quickly. I'm just going to do a quick demonstration for Memphis Fire #ambulance. You wanted to know how to change the spring.
Yeah.
Here is.
Are you going to show them the actual trick?
Okay.
That
can you actually? Can you not? Well, I will.
We can't see that. You kidding me?
Can you? Give it. Can you see the motion of what I'm doing? So here is said.
The motion of the ocean. Sure.
Here is said spring. You place the spring on top of the hole, like this.
You put it in the hole.
Yeah, like this. It's very fiddly, but you will get it. And just pinch it and try and get it as much in the hole as possible, and get yourself a pair of pliers. And it's so hard to try and do this in that stupid camera angle.
Yeah, this is not ideal.
So let me just bring it back up. So now I've got it.
Basically, you just try to rest the circle part over the circle part, but you got to make sure that the flat part is lined up with the slot as well. So if that makes sense.
Yeah. And then you can just sort of press it in. And then you get it sort of like this. You can see it's not lined up because obviously it's just pressed in. And you can actually
use a little awl tip.
The best one to do it actually is
show them what it is. Oh, you're just going to use an old style. All right.
Yeah, I'm just going to use the old style.
It can just be anything that'll poke in.
It could be a pen. It doesn't take much, but you can just sort of bend this spring over this way a bit, and then if you just want to push very carefully.
Let's show the camera, jackass.
Well, you basically just going to put it inside the spring hole and push down. That's pretty much it.
Until it's even on both sides. Yeah.
Yeah, until it's as even as you're going to get it.
Yeah.
And then there you have said change spring, but you have to fiddle around with it a little bit to get it perfect. Like you've got to, because obviously once you squeeze in, it bends a bit, so you've got to sort of maneuver it a bit to get it, and then there you go. One changed spring.
It's pretty fiddly. The first time is always the hardest. Once you've done it once, you can do it a lot.
Obviously, it sucks trying to do it the way I did it, but if you've just got it on the desk, you can do it really quickly. But just got to prepare.
There you go. I'm sorry, Kathleen. We must have missed your question.
What did she say?
Says Kathleen, main uses for the hook are probably lifting a hot pot off a campfire, tightening wire or a brace to use them the PIM more comfortably. Also, they work really well for like if you have the grocery bags that are just the little plastic bags. You can put them on there and then hold that. It's a lot more comfortable than trying to hold the plastic digging in your hand with a 2-pound milk jug in there. I told you, Sean, just push it in and push. No. Got 3 inches of show so far. What?
No.
Snow. Oh, sorry. Misread it. 3 inches of snow. Oh. All right. Slippy's got 3 inches of something else. One thing I've gained interest from at this channel, British knives. Guess I might have to give one a try. If I only get one, which one should it be? Britbuster? I mean, if you order it from Ashley. I can't recommend.
They're not super expensive, but they're not the cheapest.
No.
Honestly, get yourself an Arthur Wright & Sons Barlow.
All right. So Davey says I was halfway through typing that. See, I'm not the only one. Destroyed. Goodbye. Destroyed. He's been eliminated. What else? Yeah. Likes are down, people. Likes are down. There you go. Trying to destroy our rating. All right. So what else you got? You had the American knife that you bought. That was the best this year. What do you got? Uh-oh. What have we here?
This is the 37 to 52 Imperial equal-ended cattle knife, equal-ended Stockman with a spear blade.
TEW, I don't know. They're
yeah, I would say so.
I guess that's pretty accurate. If we're going on British models. That's a lovely knife, sir. You've made a great choice.
I paid £10 for this sharp show.
You stole it. Arthur Wright Barlow it is. There you go. We've made a new English knife lover.
Good man.
Yeah, that's a great choice. I love that knife.
It does have a bit of a crack in the bone, but I did repair it in a video. I just put a little bit, see the crack down there. I just pushed a little bit of super glue just in the crack just to hold it. I know it's not the best thing to do, but it worked perfectly fine. Just like I have carried it, but it's going to be like a.
Well, you have quite skill. You have a lot of practice and skill at pushing things into cracks. So that's.
Where are you getting that from?
Well, I've just seen the quality of work you've done there. It's
we're on about that. Okay.
Yeah.
How does our show always end up talking about this?
I don't know, but why are you always putting on camera, pushing things into holes and talking about filling cracks? I mean, you make it so simple that if I don't mention it, people are going to be wondering why I haven't.
Fair enough.
And then Mikey's in here saying my bone has a crack.
That guy's he's a weird guy.
Yeah. Well, you know, he abuses the damn thing. What does he expect?
What about a 1910 to 1930 Utica?
I like that. I like the small little tip bolsters on there.
And the snap is crazy for this still.
Yeah. Now let's see the back of that. Has that got like some impressions on the back of it? No. Back.
No,
it's the
it's like
pearlescence. Okay,
it's
I
like
see it.
pearlescent acrylic, yeah.
Yeah,
Federal
pearlescent.
shield.
Yeah.
But the action on it is so snappy.
All right. So do I get to show an American knife, or is that not a possibility?
No, I guess you can if you want.
I mean, I thought we were going to take turns.
Go on then.
This is the Slippy Show, isn't it?
Correct. TK's feeling left out, so I guess I'll just sit in the corner.
I thought you would ask, but I got to interject.
Has that got the American flag on it?
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted this to be my American knife of my purchases.
Is it the full size or the junior?
This is the big boy.
The big boy copper lock.
That's the big one. We're not messing with the
Let me tell you about big boys.
We're not messing with the minis. But the reason I guess I kind of like waited a long time to buy that.
Yeah,
and
you
when
got
I went
recently, didn't you?
I bought it on that road trip.
Mm.
And I guess I can tell the story now that it's not fresh in my memory, but I nearly died on that road trip.
I shouldn't be laughing.
It's not funny, dude. Like I literally almost died on that road trip.
No, I was laughing at the way you
said it. Shall I tell the story? Shall I tell the story?
Go on.
Okay, so my wife and I rented a vehicle because we generally do that for road trips just so we don't put miles on our own vehicle. And our cars are a little older, so like having some of the modern conveniences of like the car that you would rent is kind of nice. So we generally do that when we go on long road trips. Well, I was driving to my parents and they were, 1,200 miles away. So, it was a pretty long trip. And I was telling my wife a joke and she started laughing and she blacked out for a minute and went off the side of the road into a bunch of trees. And it was a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Okay. And we nearly died. Son was in the back. I was in the front. We were just fortunate as hell that we didn't hit a large tree. That were just
you sort of went between them all.
We went between a couple of trees, and the ones that we did mow over were probably only about 3 inches in diameter. Okay.
Literally mow over is the correct terminology.
Yeah. Ones you could cut in half with the pocket knife, So we just got super lucky. But on this road trip is when I bought this. So like that road trip and anything that was associated with it just sort of stands out. Because literally my life flashed before my eyes that day. And how we managed to pull that car out of the woods. It still drove.
Yeah, it wasn't a Jeep when it came out. It was an Eep. It
still drove. And we made it all the way back to Texas. And we were still probably 1,000 miles away. So we still had, much of the majority of the trip to go. It was pretty early into the trip back. So,
hey Joe, how you doing?
TK about lost his life with this knife in the car. Oh, and the boxes of these knives got ruined because we had a cooler in there with a bunch of ice water in it for, like cooling the stuff that we were drinking. Not beer, like legitimate Gatorades, things like that. But the boxes got drenched by the tipped over cooler. So my boxes for these knives are destroyed. So
have you told your wife how inconvenient that was?
That was extremely inconvenient. You know what the most inconvenient thing was? The $19,000 bill that came with it.
Oh, God.
So that's why old Thrifty hasn't had a prosperous knife year this year. We've had some major bills to pay. So there's the story. That's probably more than y'all needed to know. But anyway.
Have you tried selling a kidney?
I was thinking more about like plasma instead, or other bodily fluids, perhaps.
Other bodily fluids.
I don't think anybody wants this.
Messer HQ, Joe, you joined at the wrong time.
But no, we'll work it out. We'll figure it out. Insurance, yeah, I know, right? Insurance, yeah, they're not covering all of it, so we're gonna have to pay a lot of it. And she didn't get it on the rental, so that was a major mistake, which I didn't know until after the wreck. But there you go.
Did you do the classic husband?
I was too much in shock right afterward, honestly, to be upset. Yeah.
Booger's got a fantastic option for you.
Did I sell a child? Well, he's not worth a whole lot. Maybe pay for about 1/16 of that. I don't know.
I give you $250.
There are facilities that buy poop for transplants. Well,
I'm gonna have to say it. I'm gonna have to say it. If anyone was to know that, it's Randy.
Mikey's got a freezer full of kidneys. That's good to know. If I need a spare, I know who to go to. Yeah, I was too busy cleaning out my drawer. Yeah, I was in shock. How to increase your knife budget? 100 ways. How you doing, Captain Hiza? Captain Hiza. Help me out. I don't know. But there you go. There's my American knife. Sorry for the long-winded story, but I thought that was one that y'all should know, just so that you understand kind of where the channel's been through this year. It's been a horrible year for the channel, honestly. 100% horrible. Okay, so
yeah,
what was the next one on the list?
How far have we got down?
I don't remember. That was the American one. Did you already? You showed your American.
I've showed my American. I showed my UK.
Mm-hmm.
Custom is next.
Custom. Well, I kind of already showed that.
Yeah, it's the Britbuster.
But there's also this one. This was nice too.
That's really nice.
The pin scales, the red Kieranite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dan's done a marvelous job on that one too. Red liners. Just doesn't really have, the rare tools on it, I guess. But the overall fit and finish is probably among the best that I've got.
Yeah, so. The Kieranite is something else.
Mm-hmm. What was you showed your best custom, right?
Yeah, and my favorite purchase. What's your favorite purchase for the entire year?
Well, that was the Britbuster. Yeah, 100%.
It just ticks so many boxes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like nearly the perfect knife, especially for a work knife, right? Gifts. What was your favorite gift that you received?
I mean, I've received a lot. It's probably going to be quite hard to pick just one. Honestly, the one that meant the most is this one.
Oh, aren't you sweet?
2 reasons. It came from you, and you bought it in sort of memoriam of my grandfather, like not long after he passed.
Right.
So this one, definitely. I'd say closely followed.
Yeah. So explain that one a little bit for those that don't know.
So yeah, my grandfather was a wing commander in the RAF, so he was to deal with all planes, all sorts of Spitfires, all that sort of stuff. He spent his entire life in the RAF. I even got, I'm not going to show my whole tip, but yeah, I got his tattoo and his rank and all that tattooed on me. Yeah, he's a massive part in my life.
But explain the knife as well. Maybe they don't get the connection.
Okay, so this is the Spitfire design that was on the planes. This is the British design for the Spitfire.
What's happened to your audio? It's kind of faded.
How about now?
That's better.
Okay, don't know what happened then. But yeah, this is the British design for the Spitfires. You got like the bullseye that was on all the planes there. But yeah, it's one of those sentimental knives that, you know, is it the most expensive knife on the planet with everything that's amazing? No, but there's so much meaning behind it that there's no chance of it ever going anywhere. And we've all got knives like that. John's got you've got that trapper that your wife bought you, haven't you?
Yeah.
Because it's a
It's
gift
always
from
close at
somebody.
hand.
Okay.
I mean, it's a hideous knife, and it's a trapper, which just kind of shows you how much she knows about my knife collecting.
Yeah, and I mean, Martin from Steel City Knives gifted me a cotton sampler. It's a gift. I can't get rid of it, even though I hate the cotton sampler. I think it's the ugliest thing on the planet. The meaning behind the knife, I can't get rid of it.
But it's not about the knife; it's about the thought behind it. So
yeah, and I would say the second one. I mean, Tony's one's in there is really high up as well. I mentioned earlier the 50s 84mm he gave me, but this one as well. The gift from Mikey for my birthday that I had no idea was turning up. I know I've shown us already, but the gent's knife.
Right.
Oh yeah. Elan got us this as well, a 58mm with a lobster on it. I thought that was really cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, this one has to say this one. And you're just like, oh, you got that last year. Well, no, because we had it rehandled.
Yeah.
So we had that one rehandled this year. And so that would be my favorite gift knife. 100%. Not even close.
The wood on that is...
So there's that. You guys seen that 100 times probably. Not that you ever get old looking at it. But
how could you?
Fantastic piece. Another great gift, I can't go without mentioning this, is the Gambler.
Even with the sheath and everything, the sheath is really good.
So yeah, Mikey gifted me this first and then had a Kydex sheet with it. And then later he threw in the black screws and the leather sheath. And it's got Gambler on there and a spade. Really cool looking.
It's like a proper holster sheath, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, fantastic little combination there. So that's an awesome gift. Love that. So those would be probably my two favorite gifts for the year.
Yeah.
All right. What else was on there?
That was the last one. Was favorite sort of gift knives. Yeah.
All right. So did we get any kind of consensus on any of the ones that we missed? Did you see any mentions in the chat with knives that we forgot about? Because I know there's got to be some.
But we did have a couple, didn't we? But it was the Otter Creek Barlow was in there.
Yeah, Otter Creek. That was a good one.
Do you guys think we've missed anything else that you consider? We had the Crossroads.
Again, the restrictions for the knife of the year for 24 has to be released this year, and it was a production knife, and it has to be a traditional knife. So we're not talking about moderns. So if there's any that we didn't mention, make sure you put them in the chat now so we can think about adding that to our nominations.
Yeah, just flicking through now to see if we missed any. Oh, the Doppelt was on there as well, wasn't it?
Help me interpret this. I don't understand him.
All the gift on 15th century song. Is this the Christmas song, Mikey? I think it might be.
Elon says the squirrel. Did you not like the squirrel gift?
Oh.
See? Yeah.
There's always something.
Yeah.
Yes, I have the squirrel.
It's hard, guys, when you talk about gifts because so many people give you stuff. And you don't want to leave anybody out. But yeah, that's an awesome one.
You know I love the squirrel. This is my steak knife.
Elon says he carries his gift knives a lot. He gravitates towards them.
I carry them a good bit, but I'm terrified to either lose them or damage them. So this is why this one has become my steak knife, because I mean, look how thin and slicey that blade is.
Yeah, that's great for cutting steak. It's long enough
Fantastic.
too. I'm keep using this stupid knife that I shouldn't be using to cut steaks. It's the Real Steel Luna, and the blade's too short. I can't get all the way through the steak, so I'm having to do like partial cuts. And then it's like, okay, why don't you just go into the back and get a better blade for this?
Yeah.
But the blade, I have to say, the D2 steel on that has lasted a long time.
It really does. I actually have got another gift knife, but this was from my father. This was his Cub Scout knife.
All right, so go ahead and mention like what knife you received as a gift this year, if you have any, and we'll talk about those guys. But Mikey got a Duke this year. Now, what's this that you're looking at here?
This was a gift from my father. This was his Scout's knife.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I recently just put a edge on it, and it's like razor edge on there now.
It looks like it's sharp.
Yeah, I didn't want to clean it up too much because obviously that's all natural, but it's got stacked leather, which is cool. No idea on the maker. It's probably Sheffield, but it doesn't say. And if it did say, it's worn off. What else have we got in here?
The Yao Mansur.
Oh, Yeoman Sure. Yeah, so that's the Yeoman. Yeoman that I made in the French colours.
Yeah. Did you name it or did he?
I named it.
Yeoman Sure. That's funny.
Yeoman Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Scrolling up, let's have a little look what we got going on.
The Lindsay clip and DIW. Or Lindley clip, sorry. Lindley clip and DIW. Okay. Think I need a Keira Knightley sack.
Haven't you got one? Mikey, did you get one?
What's a Keira Knightley sack? I thought that was that girl. I don't know the connection.
Keira Knight.
Oh, I got you. Duh.
Okay, Mikey, I've got you. Here you go. On its way to you.
Yeah. Take care of you, man. It's all a blur, isn't it? Yeah, I'll just it's hard.
Mikey,
like I was just thinking, like the one that Tony gave you, that was to me like one of your best gifts because that thing's rare. The Swiss Army, what it ended up being? It was 84 millimeter or something.
84 millimeter camper, yeah.
Camper, yeah. So which makes sense, right? Because y'all were camping.
Yeah. But yeah, Mikey, this is 84 millimeter Sportsman in Keira Knight. It's one of the ones that with this on it.
You want to do the favorite modern knife that you picked up this year?
Let me have a look, see if I bought any.
I know you don't, so I can steal the show on this one. This is my favorite that I bought this year. I've only bought a couple this year, but this was one. Little Bird 2. It's a great little desk knife for me.
What do you count as a modern?
It's not a traditional.
No, I mean like lockback, mega steel, or
nah. It's got to be. Yeah, I guess if you had super steel on it, I'll allow it.
I'm trying to think
you could have bought the Crossroads, and I would have counted that. But you don't have one.
Okay.
So maybe that'll be your modern.
I can't remember when I bought this, but this is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I don't think you bought that this year, but all right.
Talking about gifts.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Spider Co. Now we're talking.
That was from Mr. Newman.
That's your modern knife of the year. There you go.
I don't know if this counts as modern.
Oh, here's a good question from
Go on.
From Thomas. Is how does the Arthur Wright Gentleman's Jack compare to the Barlow? Looks very similar other than the bolster. There's just a lot of broader. It's a broader handle. So if you prefer like a more broad knife, then you'll prefer the traditional Barlow. The Gentleman's a little more slender, a little easier to carry in the pocket. Not that the other one's hard, but show the two difference. Here, I'll bring you up. There you go. See how it swells a little more on the bottom one? Another one's more just narrow on the end. But yeah, so
Patty
would definitely enjoy the Barlow more because he likes the swell end. There you go.
But yeah, it's just personal preference. For me, honestly, I think I like the gentleman's knife more than the Barlow, but the Barlow's fantastic.
Just buy them both.
Yeah. Buy them all.
Just buy them all. 8 locks. Oh, yes. Yes, there's another gift I almost forgot about. Mr. Elin has reminded me.
We suck at this, don't we?
We suck at this. We really do. We should have done more preparation.
We did loads. We talked about it for 5 minutes before the show. Not even joking.
Yeah. So here's another of my favorites for the year. This is something that Elando.
Oh, the mini champ.
Yeah, it's an awesome 58 mil. That thing's bad to the bone. It's got so much packed in there. It's amazing. And this little tool, just how useful that is, like on the rally, does a treat for all the little small things you need. So thank you again, Lando. That was awesome. I still got your hats there. Couldn't wear it today because I wanted to do the Mikey impression. Gotta say, it's pretty warm in here. And I've got this.
Does this count?
Flannel.
Does this count as a modern?
My tweed. Sure. Yeah, that looks modern to me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was the case knife. Or the Zippo, right? Yeah. He made you buy the lighter, huh?
Well, it was in a set of both. It was at the same price for just the knife, or the same price to have the lighter as well.
That reminds me, something I'm going to tell you about the Zippos. I was considering buying you and Mikey a Zippo for when you come over, but it poses too much of a problem with TSA.
Just put it in the holdall.
Yeah, but they don't even allow you to have anything combustible, and even if it were empty, they would question it. And I'm just like, it's too much of a pain in the ass.
What if it's in your suitcase though?
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Even in your carriage luggage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not worth it. So
well, we could just thought about it. I'm actually thinking about posting my knives back anyway. I'm not really keen.
Okay, well, if you do that, then maybe I'll go forward with it.
Because I mean, I'm going to have too much to bring back anyway. So,
well, if you do post, let me know, because then I will definitely.
Okay, well,
pick that up.
I'm going to post.
Okay.
I'm going to post some stuff at least.
Right. Kathleen says, I love the tools on the mini champ, but I have trouble finding the tool I want when I need it. Yeah. I mean, when you've got that many, you kind of have to just practice with the knife. I found that to be really the most effective way to remember where's what and familiarizing yourself with it, like upside and down.
Yeah.
I start by figuring out what side the key ring's on. That gives you a little clue, like, okay, is this up, down, right, left? And then go from there.
I've got the normal seller.
In fact, you know what, Kathleen? When I did the short video, I did a short video on that mini champ. I had to do like 3 takes on it so that I could efficiently open each blade and I wasn't fumbling around with it. And just doing that, like I remembered where things were by doing that. So yeah, just sort of practice with it. That would be my suggestion. Let's see. Yeah. The butane insert. I think it's just anything with fuel in it because it is combustible. Yeah.
Even if that's true, MB, it would be a gift, so I wouldn't want to risk it having taken off me.
Yeah. It's just a safer way of doing it.
Do you know what else is another one that I really thought was a good purchase this year that we've not talked about yet?
Booger prefers the Midnight Manager, he says, over the mini champ. What do you have here?
The Jet Setter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't try to take that on the plane either, though.
No, I won't be. It lives on my keys. This is my keyring combination. Jet Setter and the Awanata. As you can tell, I like orange.
Yeah,
it all started actually because of this. This was from Eric Starr, Damn Designs bead, and then I sort of built an orange EDC thing around it.
Oh, okay. Did he design those beads?
No, they're from Damn Designs.
Damn Designs?
Damned.
Damn
like
Designs. Past tense.
damned,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Watch City says he's like Matt's swinging oranges. You're gonna hypnotize me with that. It's hypnotizing.
Oh yeah. When Paddy went to Sharp Show, he had an hour and after in his pocket.
He didn't know he did. He didn't know he did. What did he have in like a jacket that he wasn't using frequently or something?
No, he had it on his keys, I think.
You've got to be kidding me.
He got it through. He still got it.
Both ways. Or
Both
did
ways.
he have you send it back?
No, both ways. I'm pretty sure it's both ways.
Patty goes both ways. All right. I can't believe that.
But no, Sharp Show was an absolute blast though. Even the meetup with me, Mikey, Judd, and Paddy before for breakfast, so funny.
Right.
Nigel, do they sell Zippos already filled with fuel? No, they don't. But you know what TSA?
Oh, is that? I wasn't sure because I'm not that familiar with them. I just figured they came with it. You got to fill them up.
Okay. Yeah, they dry out. So you.
Well, then just put on. I mean, if you do end up putting it in the carriage, they say put a note with it that says it's empty of fuel.
Well, brand new Zippos come with a label on the back that holds the lid closed. So it would be on there anyway.
Oh, does it say it needs fuel on the sticker or something like that?
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know.
Just
they say put a note with it to say that it's empty.
But while we're on the topic of Zippos, I bought the ARC insert recently for the.
Well, that's one less thing I'll have to get you then. Oh, you got the Arcer. I was going to get you the butane torch.
Oh, I haven't got the butane.
You already got it?
No.
This guy's impossible to buy for. Impossible.
I don't have the butane.
Oh, you don't?
No, I only have the.
So you want the double torch or the single torch? Which would you prefer?
Single.
Which one does Mikey prefer? The single or the double torch, Mikey?
While we're on this topic as well,
they don't sell those on Chicago Knife Works.
I don't know if Will's in here, but Will sent me 2 Zippos as a gift. Ones he wasn't using anymore, but he's recently quit smoking. So it's a big shout out for Will, which is fantastic.
Okay. Cool.
But I just sort of fixed these up. So this was a Slipknot one. The hinge was a little bit loose, but I've tightened it up now.
Now, was that custom made or is that something straight from Zippo?
No, straight from Zippo.
Okay. All right.
And also a Sons of Anarchy, Fear the Reaper.
Oh, yeah. All right. Bonus if you can name the band that sings that song.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Hey! Congratulations on your new freebie that you don't know what's going to be because you've won the trivia question. All right. We got Stuart McRae saying, I did a 4-day trip to Krakow last week, just carry on luggage. So couldn't bring any blade. I'm on about 2 years into carrying and being without a knife for 4 days was unbelievably frustrating. So
it's like this, isn't it? It's like I don't know what to do.
He's got the nervous fits. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to pretend to be partners. I guess I'll miss the context of that one.
Well, me and Mikey already shared a room, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. Bert and Ernie have shared a bed even. Was it a bedroom or a bed?
Bedroom.
Oh, okay. He didn't get in your bed and pretend that he was in the wrong.
He tried to. He started stroking my hair, and I got really uncomfortable.
Did you manhandle him a little bit? That's how did I have a feeling? Naked feeling, no knife. Right. Same way that Slippy felt in the same bedroom with Mikey. Yeah. All right. Well, any more shout outs you want to give? Any more gifts that you got from other people that you want to make sure you mention?
Yes, but I don't know which one. Oh, yes.
Okay.
I know he's in here. This was from Naked Sean.
Ah, there you go.
This is very close to my sort of channel.
Was Naked Sean dressed when he gave that to
you? He told me he posted it while he was naked, yes.
Ah, well, that makes it a little more special then.
But yeah, it's immaculate.
I think it's perfect. So many camp knives I've seen lately have just been like perfect. Like, what's up with the camp knives being perfect?
I don't know, but look at this one. This is one I picked up at
See, this is another example. Look at the blade. It looks like it's never been touched by human hand.
It's got a little bit of patina on it.
Does it?
It's about a 7 pull on it. It's a little bit on the back.
Yeah.
But it's a 3-bladed one. So, well, 3 tools.
Remind me whenever you come over not to touch any of my carbon blades. You got
what?
You got acid finger oils.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about me. I think something wrong with me. Anything I touch patinas. I don't know why.
Got contaminated by Mikey. What is going on? What? How did you get removed? I have no idea.
No idea.
All right. So loving my EKA knife and my 77 case.
So when Mikey got back to the room, I had a box of knives waiting for him as like gifts. Some that he bought and I'd accumulated. So I gifted him the case fish knife from 1977, and also a Swedish jackknife.
Yeah,
2 really cool knives.
The Slip Show one that he went nuts for. What was the brand? The TPS? Is that right?
DBK.
I could have sworn it was T something. Am I wrong about that?
DBK.
Help us out, Mike.
DBK at Sharp Show. DBK.
DBK.
Yeah.
And then he got an RS knife for Judd.
Oh no, sorry, TRC.
TRC. I said TRS, didn't I? TRC. Is that top rated cutlery? What does it stand for?
It stands for Thrifty. Oh, I can't say the rest. What's coming to
the
my
right
head?
cock.
Just leave it
Is
there.
that what it is? The right cock? All right.
I thought.
From Lithuania. Message deleted by Nigel. I wonder what it was. Red. What was red? I don't know what you're talking about. DBK is made by TRC. So
that's where I got that from.
The make. TRC is the make, and DBK was the model. Is that what I'm trying to understand? Suffering from CRS. Can't remember. Mm-hmm. Yep. TR. All right. All right. So I guess we're going to end the show now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a wonderful time. Thank you for putting up your nominations. We'll be taking a closer look at the winner in coming weeks. Make sure you hit that button that's called like on the way out. It kind of looks like this. And we will catch up with you next week. Are you going to be available, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Mikey, are you going to be off of your sabbatical? Or are you going to be back next week? Let us know in the chat right now. If you don't respond, I'm going to assume that's a no.
Mikey.
And what do we have? Any topics for next week? Do you know?
Knives.
Just knives.
Just knives in general, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Mikey. We'll have Mikey next week.
Mikey. For another shrimp on the Bobby.
Mikey.
Till next week, guys. We'll see you. Take care.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
hang on. We've got a new question.
I have a Chinese wood scale basati that my son accidentally ran through the dishwasher. I used it for cheese. Now it needs oiled. What is safe to use for food prep? Yeah. Hold on.
Here you go. Twisted Assisted, Stuart, I know you're in the UK. All Mineral Oil have this for sale. Knife oil, food safe. It's about £3.
Mineral oil, sir. Food safe. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Take care.